Hello, my name is John Rose, and in this video I'd like to take a closer look at what it's going to take to fix some of these broken systems that we have, like our financial system and our banking system and our legal system and our judicial system and our medical system and the educational system, even the government and the media. These systems are broke. And what is the solution? Well, there's only one solution to fix these broke systems, and that is to realize that there is something seriously wrong with our species. The individual, ourselves, we are sick, and all these systems that are broke are made up of sick people. Therefore, there is no way we can fix these broke systems. We got to get rid of them, and the only way we'll ever get rid of them is for the individuals to change. That's why I say over and over and over again, if we don't reach the tipping point, things are never going to change. We've got to change our collective mentality, because our collective shadow is what's keeping us where we are. The status quo is going to thrive to remain the status quo. Whether or not they're all in cahoots or not, it doesn't matter. That's just how we are. Once we create a system to solve a problem, that system becomes the #1 impediment to solving the problem. Take the American Cancer Society, for example. Look how big it is. You know, they say that more people make a living off cancer than are dying off of cancer. And look how many people are dying off of cancer. That says quite a bit, doesn't it? Well, look at the bylaws in the American Cancer Society. What happens once they find a cure? They've got to dismantle. That's the problem with every system we create to solve problems that are within our control. That's the problem. There are no systems that can solve problems that are 100% within our control, and most of these systems are set up to solve problems that only we can solve. That's why this is the hero's journey. By definition, a hero is a person who can solve a problem or problems no one else can solve. Well, most of our problems are self-inflicted. That means that we are the heroes. We are the ones that have to change. We can't expect to fix the system. We can't expect to fix the government or the educational system. We got to junk all of them. And that begins by each and every one of us playing our individual role when it comes to being the best that we can be. And all we have to do is satisfy two groups of needs. Unfortunately, most of us are not willing and able to do that, which is why I added 2 preliminary steps to the only thing we have to do, thereby perfecting a 3-step process. First step addresses the willingness issue on a temporary basis so we can see what we're missing, and then be in a better position to take that second step where we're going to correct 5 main mistakes on a permanent basis. And once we add those 5 main mistakes onto our list of mistakes to correct, then we'll finally be able to solve all of these problems that all these systems are set up to solve. Once we get reconnected collectively, we won't have a subsequent need for government. We won't have a subsequent need for media. We won't have a subsequent need for education. We won't have a system that's set up to charge us money for energy when we have the technology. We've had this technology for a long time for free energy. There's no reason why this place can't be a paradise. It was at one time. Every culture on this planet talks about a time when we had a golden age. Every one of them talk about it, and then something happened. We're in the dark ages. We've been in the dark ages for a long time. We've done something. What is it? Why are all the stories that explain it nonsensical, where you can't figure out what to do? Oh, it's a mistake we made long ago. We can't correct it. It's part of our sin nature. We're born that way. That's all poppycock. We've been lied to about so many things, it's not even funny. That's why we've got to take charge of our own life and question everything. Everything. How do we know whether or not these stories are accurate? We don't in most cases, and in many cases we don't need to know. All we need to know is that we're making a mistake. 5 big ones. And a lot of y'all aren't going to agree with that, but if you test an idea as time has come, you can prove this to yourself. So go down below into the description box below, and you'll see a link to the first of my 3-step process. And you can prove this to yourself. You can prove that what I've been saying all along, that we have a serpent that lives within our intestines. Look at the story, the fall of mankind. We ate the forbidden food, and now we're ashamed. We got to put clothes on. We're putting clothes on to cover up the serpent. That's what we have down here. That's why we wear clothes. We're ashamed of our dietary mistakes. Gluttony is not a secret vice. All of our dietary mistakes are reflected in our flesh. Look at the vast majority of people. They're disgusting. They've got so much crap inside of them. I'm not talking about fat, I'm talking about the serpent inside of our intestines. That's what Victor Hugo meant. The serpent is in man. It is the intestines. It's a cesspool. Most of us are full of crap. And then our lymph fluids are like the bathroom in our body, and all of our cells are swimming in a cesspool. We're filthy, disgusting creatures. And I can prove it to you. Just go down below and watch my seminar. Click onto that link. Listen to read all the testimonials on my YouTube channel. And remember, I'm not going to put up with negativity on my channel. Bullshit on the censoring shit. I'm not going to have any negativity. I'm on a mission to wake everybody up. And I'm not going to have a bunch of crap on my channel taking the subject off what I'm trying to get out to the people. This isn't about my ego. This is too important. So there's a lot of straw men that have been thrown at me lately, and I always delete those. And there's a lot of negativity also. There's a point we have to understand. We live on an abundant planet. It's one of the most important illusions that the people who rule the world want us to believe in. The other is the contagion myth, and that when you get sick, you go running to the doctor. Those are the two big ones. Everything centers around our health, so that's number one. But then they got to convince us that there's scarcity to control us. That's why they tax us to death. You got to look at the motives of why they do things. And thinking, well, is carbon taxes going to solve global warming? If it's man-made, does that solve the problem? Oh, we'll use the money for this and that. Oh, poppycock. It's all designed to keep us poor. That's why it's one of the most important things we have to do downstream. I say this over and over in all of my videos. We got to go upstream, get reconnected. We got to go downstream, deal with the damage done to our society. The big one is take back control of our money. And when we do that, then we'll have an avenue to get this message out, and then we'll all get reconnected. And when we all get reconnected, we won't have these other subsequent needs that are then used to control us, like the government and the media. Even religion and spirituality, these groups have been infiltrated and we're being lied to. So it's time for you to take charge of your life. It's time to test an idea as time has come. Go down below, watch the Deborah Duncan Show. I have a link to that. I also have a link to the Dr. Roby interview. And I guarantee you, when you finally do this, my friends, you're in for a treat.